Warning: Please note that this podcast contains strong language and touches on many topics that may not be considered appropriate for a work environment. If you choose to listen to this podcast where you can be overheard, we are not responsible for the consequences of your decision. You've been warned.
Spoilers, people! We're gonna talk about feminism and how our poll was corrupted by Russian bots. Because there's no way that a hot dog is a sandwich.
I mean, we gave them sandwich or taco, so I guess.
And sandwich won. I'm giving the side eye to Brian, who voted for sandwich, and a side eye to my roommate who also voted sandwich. What's wrong? But yes, sandwich won the weekly poll.
Well, I guess according to our tiny viewer base, a hot dog is a sandwich and not a taco.
Well, they could be wrong.
I mean, we gave them the option of sandwich or taco. We didn't say, is it a sandwich, yes or no? So we might have boxed ourselves in there.
Maybe, maybe not. But I vote for tacos. Anyway, this is We All Have an X-Chromosome, and Silly Poll's side, we actually try to bring forth information to the masses that may not want to read it in a format of reading.
That was terrible.
That was terrible. We try to bring... Go ahead.
Shh, let the woman talk. Because you'll just murder this again. This podcast is an intersectional feminist podcast. We are non-exclusionary, and we are very fond of uplifting voices that would otherwise get ignored. So that's our goal, and that's our mission statement.
And we also like to cuss.
Also, I say fuck a lot.
Actually, I've been listening to the edits. I've actually been saying fuck a lot more than you have recently.
Well, so clearly I need to up my fucks.
Yeah, you do need to up your fucks.
I'm sorry if I am letting the listening public down by not saying fuck nearly often.
But something that doesn't say fuck nearly enough, and we're glad that they don't fuck with us, we have a sponsor, Copper Frog Games.
Yes, their Kickstarter has launched, has it not?
It has launched. Last time I checked, they were at 50% of their goal. I'm just going to double check to see what's going on with that right now.
We will give you a live update as of July 31st, 2019, 8:22 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, and Copper Frog Games is currently at Gen Con to get ready for that. They have a pledge goal of $12,500. They are at $500. I'm sorry, they're at $5,382. 146 total backers, with 16 days to go. So let's go through and help out our sponsor by getting more pledges in, so they can have a successful Kickstarter, and they can show that this was useful time for their money.
Yeah, support our sponsors because they're awesome people.
The Kickstarter is at www.kickstarter.com/projects/Copper Frog Games /chisel-a-deck-sculpting-game. That's all going to be in our show notes. Another website that you can go to is our website, which is www.xchromosomepodcast.com. You'll have all of the social media links to communicate with us. That'd be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Granted, everything that goes on Instagram also goes on Facebook, so your miles may vary. And it has our links to our Patreon and for one-time donations to PayPal.
Yes. If I need to get some quotes together on some special guests to talk about health equity and other important topics like that, so we can let you know what we want to spend your money on, besides database access and subscriptions to reputable news sources. We do appreciate everything you people do for us. We love you. We love your likes. We love your shares. We've had some awesome shares from other Facebook pages that are great. I need to compile those and shout them out. The one that comes to mind is feminism equals equality. Tends to follow us back or retweet us or whatever you damn kids say these days. I don't understand any of this internet shit. I'm sorry. It's a tool as far as I'm concerned. But I do a lot of sharing and try to throw access at marginalized voices at our page. Two of my favorites to share from, besides feminism equals equality, is feminism and decolonization. I also enjoy Chi the Woke Ratchet. She's pretty badass. Go like on her shit because it's amazing. And today, I shared something via Uppity Negress podcast, and I have enjoyed all of the time I have spent with them, and I have been very much enlightened. So I appreciate them and their good work. Go give them money too, because those women are doing God's work in a way that I never will, and they deserve your support. And when I get the full list of things that I like, follow, tweet, and use to generate cool shit for our page so it gets reshared and hits a different audience, we will make sure to mention them and put them in the show notes and put them on our website so you know what we're listening to help do research for this show.
That being said, we, as mentioned last week, we are in fair season. We're going to be bringing some people on to do guest rants, but we're going to, unless we know for certain that there's going to be time where Noelle is nice and decompressed and advanced. So that being said, let's get on with the news. Yesterday we didn't record, but it turns out yesterday was also the Democratic primary, debate.
Yeah, there was some shit. Elizabeth Warren apparently eviscerated somebody in public and in real time, which is nice. And God bless Bernie Sanders. I wrote the damn bill. Don't tell, which is very appreciated, and also kind of dumb on the moderator's part that this was even to ask him about Medicare for all at all is. Yes. I think his new middle name is I wrote the damn bill.
There's one of the guys that were on the panel. I think his name was Delaney. Yeah, John Delaney. Briefly on Delaney's Delaney's Wikipedia page, it claimed that he died in the hands of Liz Warren during the debate.
Oh, is he the one that got massacred?
Yeah.
I missed it. Okay.
He was the one that... I want to go off and say that we, on this podcast, lean heavily left. But as has been pointed out, that most of the stuff that we are talking about that is needed are already things that are done in other countries. So it's not like that we're even truly left. it's just so bad that basic human rights are considered
Radical.
Yeah, and that's what is needed. Because as we're going to go through the various news notes today, there has been some fucked up shit. For example, one of the things of fucked up shit, the past couple of days, there have been mass shootings.
Yes.
Um,
At a garlic festival of all fucking things. And fuck Scott Adams. Well, while I have a second, thank you, Cracked, for this tidbit, because I saw it on fucking Cracked before I saw any mainstream news post about it. I read Cracked every day, and I skim the news. But Scott Adams was like, monetize your quotes so you can get paid, you survivors. What the fuck, man? What the capitalist fuck? Nobody wants to profit off tragedy unless they're a monster. That's all I gotta say. Is his stupid fucking monetize your quotes app. That's what he decided to do with this. Children died. Another, yeah, it's right wing extremist. Yeah, we nailed that down again. Bingo on that. He was right. In fact,
yep.
we got put temporarily in jail.
Oh, yeah, yep. Brian had gone through and basically just posted the news about the garlic shooter, and the post got put into Facebook jail, and Brian's like, "I'm appealing this shit," and he won the appeal.
Yes,
because I posted a news story and just said the words "fucking white supremacists," and I got put into Facebook jail. The post got put in anyway. So,
yeah,
you got doxxed. We got put into Facebook jail briefly.
Good. I also got called racist on a fucking post, because the former Miss Michigan, who got her status as Miss Michigan removed for being a goddamn Trump supporter, and thus, as we know, being fucking racist and bigoted and disgusting. They went, that's not appropriate for someone who's representing us in the Miss USA or whatever. She got a job with the Trump campaign, and I said that she's a bigger stain on Michigan than that team up north's perpetual losing streak. And somebody said, that's racist. Well, I said, well, at least Michigan can do something about her. They took away her title. So they did something about that embarrassment. They can't seem to beat Ohio State. And somebody, that was my implication. Everybody else got the joke. Dude said, that's racist. And I said, there's nothing racist here. It is in fact worse to be a bigoted scumbag than it is to keep losing to Ohio State and be high on your own hype, which is a Michigan fan. And the University of Michigan football team. But yeah, I guess we're doing a good job. We got put in jail. Briefly, I got doxxed. I got called a racist. We must be pissing off the white people. Good job, team. We are finally doing our job.
One of the things that was pointed out in regards to the two shootings that happened, one of them being at the Garlic Fest and one being at a Walmart in Mississippi. And Mississippi has got something else that's fucked up. But before I go to that, Sean King went through and mentioned on his podcast that through research that in the United States we have 122 guns for every 100 people. No other nation has 100 or 90 or 80 or 70 or 60 guns per 100 people. The only other nation that has more guns, it's in second place, is 40 guns per 100 people, and that's Yemen.
Oh my god. And Yemen is an unstable country.
Um,
But, oh my god, that's too many guns per piece. How many guns do some people have to own? Because I have 0 guns. Just think about all the people you know who have no guns. Versus how many people have to have so many guns for that statistic to be a thing. Just there's a problem.
when I lived in the South, I knew families that had multiple guns. Usually, like the son and or daughter might have like a rifle, and the head of household might have like 3 different types of rifles, depending on what type of game that they're going to hunt.
Yeah, that's
Now, if you're
vaguely
going,
reasonable because there are some nasty things down there that you have to put a hurting on to make them stop. Alligators, wild pigs,
yep.
shit like that.
So now, in that case, if in the people that I knew in the South that owned guns, when they hunted not just for whatever they hunted, they ate.
Yes.
So it's not like that they were just go. While it's nice in their case, it might be nice that they've caught a bigger buck than last year or a year before. They made sure to get it set to go through and eat and try to get the parts used in ways that are usable, pretty much. Various uses of selling the skins off to those that do things with skins, etc., etc. So I'm glad to know that there are people in the South that I knew that when they did hunt, they were respectful about what they were hunting. However, most of the people that we know, that we hear about, while they claim it's for quote unquote hunting, they're really talking about one of these days I might get to kill people. And that's fucked up. It shouldn't be so easy. Brian went through and he brought up a friend of his that made comments about this. One of the comments was, it shouldn't be easier for me to go off and buy a gun than to get health insurance.
Yes. And there's just so much to say about all of this fucking bullshit. I mean, people are dying for want of access to healthcare, and they're dying from overabundance of access to guns. So we need to do something here so that there's just overall less death.
So things because I brought up the shootings because one of them happened in Mississippi. Another thing that recently happened in Mississippi, which was complete and utter bullshit. Of course, this is going to be the series of cops are stupid fuckers in a row, because basically I got 3 stories that all claim that part. In Mississippi, a man, the name Robert Morton, a black man, was pulled over for speeding.
This is insane. This is fury-inducing too.
Told to leave his car, and then was threatened by the cop to get shot with a taser for resisting arrest because he was being arrested for speeding.
Yeah, in what world do you get
Mississippi.
arrested for? Let me check, because this bitch knows how to look up the law.
According to the police, it was Mississippi. The Mississippi Highway Patrol. The video was filmed by his fiancée, Portia Shields, who is pregnant and was detained for allegedly resisting arrest and for disorderly conduct. The cop called for backup, and then the backup officer immediately just rushed Mr. Morton and threw him to the ground.
From what I can tell, from Mississippi codes so far, and this is from Nolo is a wholly owned subsidiary of MH Sub 1 LLC, the integration of some of the internet's first legal sites, including Nolo.com, DivorceNet, and Allah. So this is a do-it-yourself legal guide, consumer friendly. One of the web's largest libraries of consumer-friendly legal so that actually has lawyers. This is some legit shit. Just from their quick, that Mississippi has two types of speeding laws: absolute limits and a basic speeding law. Absolute limit is, this is how fast you're supposed to drive. Their basic speeding law requires drivers to reduce their speed as appropriate when approaching crossings, curves, a hill crest, or when other roads or weather conditions warrant the reduction. You must always drive at a safe speed. What a safe speed is will depend on the circumstances, blah, blah, blah. Reckless driving. A person can be convicted of reckless driving for operating a vehicle in willful or a wanton disregard for the safety of personal property. Careless or imprudent driving is fines. None of reckless OUI, operating under the influence.
Morton was charged with speeding more than 20 miles per hour over the speed limit, failure to wear seatbelts, failure to properly seatbelt a child, failure to give a driver's license on command, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and malicious mischief, according to the Clay County jail records.
So basically, he got charged with being black. In public.
Yep.
And possibly speeding 20 miles over the speed limit. But if to maintain a safe speed and be safe in flow of traffic, he might not be in violation of the law. But none of what I have found indicates that being arrested is part of the process. They write you a ticket and you show up in traffic court. They don't fucking cuff you and bounce your head off the hood of your fucking car.
So in the
racist cop does abusive things.
So in the second thing, in regards to my trio of stories of police are dumb asses that suck. Recently on Twitter, a video has been making rounds again that came about from 2014. This is the first time many people have seen the video, so many people thought it was something recent. A man in Las Vegas was selling water and was given a chokehold and taken down by Las Vegas Metro Police. When the police were, of course, the man was a black man, of course. When they went through and were asked about it, Las Vegas police on Monday said the video was fully investigated by Internal Affairs, and the investigation showed no policy violations occurred. So, this is something that has been brought up because recently a thing came up about a kid selling, quote-unquote, a white kid selling ice-cold beer, which turned out to be root beer. And the police went, ha ha ha, that's very funny, go about your business. Meanwhile, in Las Vegas and basically the desert, man is selling bottled water. No, let's choke him to death, basically.
With or without a license.
And take him. Yeah, so, again, if this was a white kid that was doing it, it would probably have been ignored. But no, since it was a black man selling bottled water, cold bottled water in Las Vegas heat, he was gone through, it happened in 2013, but he was taken down and choked out because he was selling water instead of just going off and making sure that he moved his shit and got away. This was this is a complete and utter bullshit. And the fact that the Las Vegas police said that there was no policy violations when the guy basically is just getting choked out for doing something completely non-violent just because he might not have been in a good position to sell his water or had a license to do that. No, this is fucked up, and Las Vegas should be ashamed.
Yeah, no, 0 people should be choked out selling with or without a license.
Only time someone should even be remotely choked out if you are actually stopping some violence from happening.
And then you should probably find a safer way to stop violence because you can fucking kill someone.
So, in the third story of cops are dumb, thankfully in this case, no one got arrested, killed, or murdered because of a dumb cop.
Wait, what? We were on a roll here.
Well, the cops. This is just going to show the absolute stupidity of police. Police officer forgot he took a bite from his sandwich at Indy McDonald's.
Oh, this fucking moron.
So, a customer at a local McDonald's restaurant is looking for answers after finding that someone may have already helped themselves to his sandwich. The customer, DJ, is a regular at McDonald's on West Bourne Street. He ordered a McChicken sandwich, fries, and cookies, but suspects someone took a bite from his sandwich before they completed the sale. DJ is a cop, and he had taken a bite of his sandwich and put it away, forgot that he took a bite, so when he opened it later, he thought the McDonald's had taken a bite of his sandwich.
What did he then take it to the forensics lab and get a bite impression taken? NCIS sarcastic.
What makes no? He actually had the police show up at the McDonald's to investigate.
Oh my fucking god! He needs to be charged with what is it? Waste. You can get ticketed for wasting police time, right?
Yep.
Right? That's a thing. This cop needs to be charged with filing a false police report.
The Marion County Sheriff's Office released the following statement. Last week, a Marion County Sheriff's Office employee purchased a McChicken sandwich from McDonald's location in Indianapolis. The employee took a bite out of the sandwich upon starting his shift at the Marion County Jail, then placed it in the refrigerator in a break room. He returned 7 hours later, having forgotten that he previously bitten the sandwich. He wrongly concluded that McDonald's restaurant employee had tampered with his food because he is a law enforcement officer. Our partners at McDonald's have been helpful and have assisted the MCSO investigation into what transpired with our employee. The fact that there had to be an investigation to begin with is fucked up. Anyway, to continue, the investigation has determined that the McDonald's restaurant staff in no way tampered with the employee's food. He has since formally apologized to McDonald's. We recognize that McDonald's is a value civil partner, and any insinuation in private or in the media to the contrary is unfounded. So basically, the sheriff's office wasted everybody's fucking time because a cop forgot he took a bite of his sandwich.
And what did we learn from this, children? Eat your whole fucking sandwich.
If you're that hungry, you can finish your food. Who takes a fucking bite out of a McDonald's sandwich and puts it away for 7 hours?
Yeah, let's start with he took a bite and then put it away for 7 hours. Let's sit with that a minute, because what kind of monster does that? I mean, we now know that it's this fucking cop, but in general, who takes a single bite out of a sandwich and then puts it away? Not even me. And I have to shovel food into my face very quickly with my job. And while I'm driving, there's never take a bite and put it away.
My mom used to own franchises of Blimpie subs and salads. I basically managed 2 of them. I didn't have time to eat, and when I did have time to make my food, I learned how to down a foot-long sub in a matter of like 3 minutes. Because if I didn't eat the food then, I wasn't going to be able to eat.
Yeah,
So,
why would you just either eat the sandwich while it's hot or put it away?
see, I'll go through and I'll get delivery, and I will buy sometimes 2 sandwiches. Usually 1 hot sandwich and 1 cold sandwich. Because you can put the cold sandwich away and then eat it later for like another meal.
Yes. That's how normal, rational, right-thinking adults handle food.
I could down a McChicken sandwich in 3 bites.
I think I need 4. I mean, I can stuff a whole clementine in my mouth, but the chewing part gets a little awkward. So anyway, dumb fucking cops.
There's something that came up on Twitter, which, going into, I would say, putting our toes into the good news. And I just want to point this woman out. Her name is Holly Fussell. Twitter at Holly Fussell _. She is a wonderful, wonderful woman in the fact that she's not going to take people's shit. I was told to stop fighting with my conservative uncle publicly on Facebook, so I started making memes for the family group chat in protest.
That's the best.
I'm going to put a link to the direct post, but for example, one of the things that she created was one of the hard pills to swallow meme. Hard to swallow pills. Uncle Carrie apologizes are consistently insincere. Then there's a meme of the Trojan horse. The Trojan horse playing devil's advocate inside the Trojan horse, gaslighting and dehumanizing family members. The door, literally every Facebook post with Uncle Carrie going through trying to lead the horse in. For background, my uncle is upset that my cousin is speaking out about his experiences in conversion therapy and Exodus International and arguing that there's nothing wrong with them. But yeah, this woman is wonderful. Keep up the good work.
Yes.
In other positive news, recently we spoke about the U.S. women's soccer team and the pay in regards to the comparison between them and the men's soccer team. Update: the U.S. men's team supports women's squad in equal pay fight.
Yes. He's very happy. The men are like, yeah, fucking pay them.
The men should be like, yeah, they fucking win. We don't. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you heard positive winning information about the U.S. men's team?
I mean, they get fucking cookies for losing. Oh, good job! You got as far as you could. Here's a cookie.
The U.S. men's team on Tuesday accused the U.S. Soccer Federation of refusing to pay the national team members a fair share of generated revenue as they gave their support to the women's squad in their equal pay lawsuit. The women's team filed their lawsuit in March and will soon head into mediation with U.S. Soccer, whose president said on Monday in an open letter that the body had paid the women's team more than the men in recent years. The United States Soccer Team Players Association, the labor organization for the members of the men's national team, said it was not impressed with the details of Carlos Cordero's letter. This is more the same from a federation that is constantly in disputes and litigation and focuses on increasing revenue and profits without any idea of how to use that money to grow the sport, says the USNSTPA in a statement. One way to increase the profit unfairly is to refuse to pay the national team's player a fair share of the revenue they generate. The U.S. Soccer Federation did not immediately respond and asked to comment. So basically, the men are like, yeah, the women are right. Pay them.
Yes.
The only solution Mr. Cordero proposes is for fans to buy more tickets and watch more games on television. He conceals the fact that the money will not go to USWNT players when sponsors pay the federation to support the USWNT. Fans buy tickets to USWNT games at ever-increasing ticket prices, and television companies pay more when fans watch USWNT games. That's neither fair nor equitable. So, basically, like, the women are making us money. Pay them. They don't watch our shit. They watch their shit. Pay them.
Yeah, I don't want to watch their shit, personally.
I know friends that don't watch soccer that went through and was watching soccer for the first time since like the last time the women's soccer team was in gold medal games. Because I like, for example, women's soccer to me is like women's professional wrestling in the sense that it's the women's version of the sport that keeps me invested. I don't care about the men's teams. The women make it worthwhile and exciting to watch. So, even when the men are saying, you need to pay the women because that's who the people care about, listen. Just like you should have been listening to the women in the first place. And you posted another thing just while we were...
Yes. Is it the amazingly beautiful? I threw it up. Which we have too many channels.
It's in the
the Sudanese the Sudanese Australian model. Is model of the year. She's just gorgeous. Adut Akesh. I hope I did not murder this. I really need to I really need to Paul Keels the shit out of my game because he's never stumbled over any name ever, and I need to work on that.
Well, you probably pronounce it a lot better than I would. Yeah, the models.com, which is a site that many people that it seems like Tumblr knows about, just released their annual Model of the Year awards, and she was it.
She's absolutely gorgeous.
I'm actually looking at this. This was from last year.
Last year, yes.
Yeah. No, I mean she was in 2018. Yeah. All right.
Model of the year, but they haven't elected a new one yet.
Yes.
Since
So we're just
December, so she is still their model of the year.
Yep. We're just 8 months late.
We didn't have a podcast then.
Yep, we did not. All right. But yeah, this is excellent. Lastly, I want to go off and give a shout out to Rammstein for being the proactive, brilliant band that they are, even though I cannot pronounce any of the song lyrics of any of their songs.
Angry yelling in German.
Yeah, have you heard my cough? Well, that probably makes it easier. Rammstein went through and trying to pull up the article. There it is. No, it's not.
Rammstein totally made out on stage.
In Russia.
In Russia.
To give the finger to Putin.
In a glorious fuck you to bigotry.
Yep, Rammstein's Paul Landers and Richard Cuspy kiss on stage in Luzhniki Stadium, Moscow. So, the move made in defiance of Russia's anti-LGBTQ laws was celebrated by Rammstein, and Instagram posted, "Russia, we love you."
Yes.
Under the law, foreigners can be arrested and detained for up to 15 days or fined up to 5,000 rubles, then deported. So,
cry.
Good job, Rammstein.
Good job, Rammstein. You're pissing off the right people.
So, that is all I have to report.
I think I don't have anything particularly new.
Do you have a question that people could yell us answers about to us?
We could ask: Is watermelon, for all intents and purposes, the summer pumpkin? Setting aside the fact that they are a watermelon is a berry and a pumpkin is a squash. For use, I don't know. From that perspective, is watermelon summer pumpkins?
That works.
It's complicated, and there are a lot of qualifiers on it, but you kind of need to, because everybody's be like, "Is pumpkin's a squash?" It's like, we know it's a squash. But people carve watermelon and make shit out of it. People carve pumpkins and make shit out of it.
Hey, we had a debate
watermelon.
We had a debate about Pop-Tarts being ravioli, so...
I still think it could possibly be a sweet ravioli. Because you fry a fucking ravioli and it's delicious as shit.
Yeah, but you can't boil a Pop-Tart in water.
I mean, you can.
All right, so I have now 2 people in my life that if they come to my house, I'm going to go serve them a boiled Pop-Tart. That's my friend Milky, and that's you. So,
well, look, just because you can doesn't mean you should. I watched Jurassic Park. I know how that's supposed to go.
So, is watermelon the summer pumpkin? Let us know when you like, subscribe, rate, review on all your podcasting platforms. But also, if you want to just go through and email us your answer along with your feedback or your stories, you can write us at xchromosomepodcast.com. That's write us at xchromosomepodcast.com. Our website, of course, is xchromosomepodcast.com. Visit our website for all the social media and everything to help us with Patreon and donations. So, that being said, we are going to have our walk awkward leaving of the podcast. My name is Bill.
My name is Noelle. And we all have an X chromosome.
And now the bot is going to have to leave.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Craig the bot. Goodbye. Get out. We're done. Goodbye. Get out.